welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for deciding to click on today's video. I'm going to be reviewing the brand new collection from MAC Cosmetics and PatrickStarrr. This is going to be their 5th and final collaboration. I have here some of the items. I actually have the entire collection to share with you guys in today's video. So we're gonna do some swatches of everything. I'm going to do application. That's why I don't have anything on my eyes yet, and lips and everything like that. This is gonna be like a first impressions style review. So if you are ready to see the MAC x PatrickStarrr holiday collection, go ahead and keep on watching. Everything here in front of me, and I haven't opened anything yet. I've opened a couple things, but I haven't like swatched anything or touched anything at all. So this is the MAC and PatrickStarrr. This is like the winter collection, the holiday collection. Everything has this really cute like red packaging, which I think is so fun. It matches my nails. But I definitely think it's fun for the holiday season. This is actually Patrick's 5th collaboration with MAC, and on this paper I was reading, it says that this is going to be the final collaboration, so kind of just like a way to end all of the collaborations. I know they've had so many different launches, and I know the first launch was last year around holiday season. So they have in this collection a bunch of different products to put out with this collection, and it's actually a larger one than any of his previous ones. So I'm first just gonna run through all of the products, and then we'll get into kind of trying them out. So this is the first one right here. This is going to be Patrick's powder. They actually brought it back, but it is in a new component. So now it's like one of these little fluff balls, which I think is so much fun. It has like one of the powder puffs that you can like powder your face with. And then when you open it up here, it has Patrick's powder inside. I'm gonna open the tab so you can see. So here's what it's going to look like. So this is his translucent powder that he came out with in the very first collection. I know a lot of people really love this powder and they're excited to see it come back. So this one is going to be the set powder, and it's going to be Patrick's powder for $29. All right, and then up next in the collection, we have 3 different brand new lipsticks. These are going to be MAC's normal formula. I absolutely love the packaging on these. It has like a frosted look to it with the red. So fun. So we have 3 different shades with these. The first one is going to be Peachy Peter. This one is a really nice nude shade. We also have the next one, which is going to be Sleigh Ride, and this one's like kind of like a vampire red. But when I did swatch it, it kind of looks like a very neutral red. And then we also have the last one, which this one is Spank Me Santa. So there's that. And this one is kind of like your more mauvier brick kind of nude. So here are 3 swatches of those. So you have all 3 shades right there. And then up next in the collection, we have 5 different Dazzle Glass Lip products. So we have 5 different lip glosses here. Here are all of the shades. Really fun with the range on this. You have some nude shades. Also this really fun like purple one here. And then here are the swatches of all 5 of those. They also have a brush applicator, which I do want to mention on these. So normally, I don't know if the Dazzle Glasses have this, but I don't think so. But it is like a brush applicator, so do keep that in mind when you are purchasing. These are going to be $18.50 each. All right, so I was trying to swatch one of the new pigments, and when I was popping the lid off, it like fell off. Whoops, it fell off on my hand. So I'm still gonna swatch it, but I just want to let you guys know to be careful when you open your tabs with this. It's my own fault for not like lifting it off properly, but I just want to make a note of that. Okay, so like I was saying, there are 3 different pigments to this collection. So you have 3 different ones right here. You have this really pretty gold one. Also have this one right here, which is more like a gunmetal. And then you have this kind of like champagne rose gold one. So I went ahead and swatched all 3. So you have the rose gold one, the gold one, and then like the gunmetal shade. These all look really pretty. Just be careful with the caps. I have worked with MAC's pigments in the past, and it's been a while though, so I can't remember like if the caps are always like that, but basically it's just like a little round cap that's on the top, and I just used my tweezers. The first time though, I was trying to pick it with my nail, and that's when it fell off. So just use your tweezers to undo the cap, and then maybe just not keep the cap on after that, or put it back on gently, because it's just like an open container after you take off the cap. The pigments do retail for $23, and then the next thing in the collection is so beautiful. So this packaging is gorgeous, humongous. This right here, let me pull off this little plastic. How pretty is this? Oh, so gorgeous. So this is Baby It's Gold Outside, and this is a mineral skin finish. So this can be used like as a highlight, or if you want like a baked kind of bronze kind of look, you want to throw it all over your body. I think it would be so pretty. So there's what it looks like. So gorgeous. I think on my skin tone it might be a little bit dark. I guess we'll see when I apply it. I love how large of a pan you get. This one is going to retail for $42.50. All right, and then lastly, part of the collection, we have two different eyeshadow palettes. The packaging on these, you guys, is absolutely stunning. Again, so beautiful. It has a little button right here that you guys just kind of press, and then they're going to pop up. These do have mirrors on them. I am actually really excited to see that they did like these little mini eyeshadow palettes here. I much would rather this than like the little 4-pan palettes they normally have. I love this because it has a mirror, and I also feel like you get more variety. So this one here is the Smoky Sleigh palette. Here are the swatches from that palette. They definitely swatch really, really nicely, especially love that green shade. I think it's really unique. These are going to retail for $33. You get the 6 different shades. And then the last product is another eyeshadow palette. This one is the Oh Holy Eyes, and this one's definitely going to be your more neutral palette for your neutral lovers. Again, you have a nice mirror on here, and here are the swatches from that palette. Get the 6 shades again. They all look very, very pretty. Those shimmers, again, are so beautiful, and their mattes always swatch so nice. So now that we went through all of these swatches and the entire collection, I want to go ahead and try some of this on my eyes so we can kind of do like a little mini first impression style review. If you guys do want me to come back after I've tried everything for a bit longer, let me know. I can definitely do that, but I'm excited to start trying some of this stuff on my face. All right, so I want to start with the Baby It's Gold Outside like highlights, because I feel like I am looking a little bare, so I need to apply some highlights. I'm actually looking at this now kind of surprised that it doesn't have a mirror, because I feel like for such a large compact and for a $40 like highlight, I'm surprised it doesn't have a mirror on here. But we can do without it. We have mirrors everywhere. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'm not sure if it's gonna be too dark for me or not. It's looking a little bit dark for my skin tone in particular. So I might use this more as like a bronzer topper, or if I wanted to use this as like a body glow, you know, like apply it down here. Or in the summertime, just like glow your body with this. That would be nice. And maybe even in the summertime, like if I had a bit more of a tan, this might look a little better. But I think for me right now and how fair that I am, yeah, it's looking a little bit dark on my skin and kind of like a little bit muddy here. I still think it's really pretty though. I like how it's like reflecting. I think it's a really pretty, like now even this looks kind of funny. I do think it's really pretty. I just think like for me, and if you are someone who is a little bit more fair, I don't know that this is the perfect like shade for you. So maybe just kind of, if this is something you're wanting to get, maybe just keep that in mind, that if you are fair, it probably won't look the best on you. I know that he had another highlight, I think it was a part, I'm trying to remember which collection it was a part of, but I thought it was going to be, see even that, like once I blend it in, it looks a little better. I thought it was going to be too dark on me, and it ended up working out okay. So it's definitely something I could make work. It's just like not my ideal highlight, but I do still think it's really pretty. So now let's go ahead and move on to the eyes. So I want to try out both of these palettes, but I'm thinking I want to work more with this green and like this silver, because I think those are so, so pretty. And it definitely gives me like holiday vibes, which is what I am feeling right now. So I'm going to actually start, I think, with these colors in this palette for like my transition shades, and then we'll move over into that palette for like our lid. So I'm very first going to go into this first shade right here, and I don't see shade names, or there are shade names on the back. So it says that there are a few shade names, but I can't tell because they are just placed on the back and they're not really in like behind the palette. So I'd have to kind of really read to see which one is which. So I'm just going to point at them for now, but I'm going into like that mustardy shade first, and I'm going to apply that shade into my crease. MAC has some of my favorite matte eyeshadow palette, or my matte eyeshadows. I like their eyeshadow palettes too, but they have some of my favorite matte shades when it comes to their transition shades. Especially love using them as like my first few shades when they're like this color. So good. That shade is blending out really nicely. I think it looks really nice in the crease. So I am next going to go into this shade right here, which is more of like a taupe shade, this one right here. And I'm gonna further deepen that up just a little bit with that shade. And I'm just gonna kind of apply that on the outer corner and then work my way in. I think it's gonna create, yeah, like more of a brown effect with the shadows. So I'm really just kind of working that shade in. I really like the way they blended together. I think they look really pretty. And now once I have those on, I am going to go ahead and move over into the other palette. And like I said, I really want to use the silver and the green like from this palette. I think these two are so pretty. So I'm going to actually pick them up on my finger, I think. And I'm going to first go into this silver shade on my finger. Looks really nice. And I'm going to apply that basically to my entire lid, and then we'll go over the green, I think, just like to create more of a halo effect. The shade definitely looks very nice, so holiday. Like, I love the colors that they chose for this palette individually, because I think that you could create just some really pretty holiday looks with this palette. And then I also like that you have like the neutral one as well, so you could create very much like everyday looks with the other palette. And you could still create an everyday look with this one too, with like this plum color, and you could create like definitely a nice smoky eye with these here. But I think like the other palette, like I was saying, is very like everyday, and this one's more kind of like if you want that extra like boom with your eyeshadows. So I am going to grab a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into that green shade, and I am going to, actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that to the outer portion here and kind of layer it on top of the silver. And then I still want to go in with one of the loose pigments as well, just to see what those are like. So we're just going to tap this on top of that silver. And I like the way those are blending together. It's like not too much, but just like a little extra something. I know on its own, this shade would be really pretty as well. I do still want to try out one of those pigments though, so I don't want to use this all over the lid like I had originally planned. So I'm getting like a tiny bit of fallout, but I am patting it in, so that's kind of bound to happen when you're patting in like a shimmer shade. I really like the way that that came out, and I'm excited to try one of these loose pigments. Like I said, it's been a while since I've used one of these. So I'm going to go in with the gold one, and this one is called Winkling Lights. And I am going to actually just take my brush, and I'm just going to go directly into the pigment here and just make sure to like tap it off so we don't have too much on our brush. So I'm going to use that in the middle here just to kind of marry this silver with the green. Like I want just kind of like a hint of gold in here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And I do think that these are meant to be more on their own, like not really layered per se, because I think they're not showing like as much like opaqueness as they should if I had used them like on my own, or even if I'd used my finger, because like when I'm swatching them, they're so pigmented, and I know how they work, so I know that they're super pigmented, but I kind of like how soft it is. We have just like a twinkle of gold in this eye look. So I'm now going to work on the lower lash line a little. Let me find my brush here, and I am going to basically just mimic the same thing that I did on my top onto my lash line. Okay, so I went ahead and I put on some lashes. I feel like these are very dramatic lashes, so they're definitely adding to this look, but now I'm excited to move on to the lip products. So I think for this look, with it being like a holiday inspired look, we're gonna go with the red. So I'm just gonna go in with the matte lipstick. This is the regular formula, and I am going to go in with the one that is called Sleigh Ride. I feel like this is a really nice shade of red. It kind of has like that blue like undertone to it, to where it's gonna make your teeth look like really, really white, which is always great. And now I'm gonna go in with one of the Dazzle Glosses, and I just kind of want to pop this a little bit into the middle of my lips just to give us a little extra sparkle. Plus my lips are really chapped right now, and I feel like gloss and matte lips don't always go the best. So I'm just adding a little bit of this just to give us a little something extra that looks really pretty on top of that lipstick. And then lastly, I am going to take the Patrick's powder, and I am actually going to use the little puff right here, and I'm going to apply this to like bake right here, just so we can kind of carve out our little contour area. Now I'm wondering with this packaging how this is going to go. I think I'm going to dump some into the cap here and see how that works. Yeah, so we have a decent amount of powder in the cap. I'm going to put my little fluff in here, and I am going to go ahead and use that to just carve this out right here. So I think this packaging is super cute, but I don't really know like putting this back, if I just like dump the powder back in here. It's kind of the same as like a regular, I never understand these containers or like the regular translucent powder containers, because they're always so hard to get the powder out, and then you put it in the cap and then it's stuck in the cap and you can't really get it out either. So it's kind of sticking, but I guess if I just close it, then it'll all kind of fall down anyways. I definitely think I'm having a moment with this lip gloss, like getting all over my teeth. But I think we are good now, and so I'm going to let this sit here a second, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts. So I went ahead and wiped our powder off, and this is going to be our final look using the MAC PatrickStarrr. This is their ×5 collaboration, the Sleigh, I think it's called like the Sleigh Day collection. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my final thoughts now on all the products that I did try in today's video. So this was just like a first impression of everything. So getting into the eyeshadow palettes first, I really, really liked these. I thought they were so nice. I prefer this style of palette opposed to the 4-pan palettes. So I really like the fact that they came out with like these little minis. I think the color selection in both of the palettes is really pretty. I like that they have a mirror. I definitely think for $30, like this is a good price for MAC shadows. I think they always perform so nicely, and I was impressed with the way that they performed. I also used the pigments. I only used the gold one, but I feel like I was saying, that these are way more powerful when you use them just like on top of a matte shade. Even when I swatched them, they look so pretty, and I know how these perform, so I was excited to see them have new colors for these, and I definitely want to try these out more, not just like as like a little topper, how I used them, more as like the actual colors. I love MAC's pigments, so definitely love these. Patrick's powder, I am going to give this one another try. So like I said previously, this wasn't my absolute favorite powder, but it worked okay, obviously, to carve this out, but I want to try it more on the under eye, so I'll definitely be trying this one out more this time around with how I'm kind of doing my under eye situation. I do think the packaging is definitely fun. I love that you get like the little poof with it. I think it's cute. So next we have the Mineral Skin Finish. I think the packaging and the color of this is absolutely stunning. Unfortunately for my skin tone, I just think it's not the most flattering. Like it looks cute. You can definitely see it like right here reflecting, but I think just as a little hint of like too dark for me. I think it would work like as a bronzer topper, or like I said, just kind of putting it all over my neck. Definitely in the summertime, I think this will be really pretty. So if you're really fair, this might not work out for you, but if you have a deeper complexion or medium complexion, I think this will be so pretty on you. I do just like kind of wish I had a mirror though. I think that's kind of odd that it doesn't, but definitely really nice highlight there, just not really nice for my skin tone in particular. So the lipsticks, we only tried out the one red shade, but I do really like actually the ones they chose. I like that they have a nude, they have like the red, and then you also have kind of more of like your deeper nude shade. I think they did a really good job with the selection in this collection. This is my favorite formula of MAC lipsticks. And then we had the Dazzle Glasses. So I only used one of them. There are 5 different ones to the collection. I did like this one. I think it's definitely pretty on top of the lipstick. I don't love the applicators on these. That's the only thing. Like I don't love the brush applicator. I think they're fine though, just when you're kind of just applying them like to your lip if you're using it as a topper. But I think if you were using this as an all over lip, It's just not my favorite application to do, but the formula of these is always nice, so I do like that. And I think we got through everything. This is a very large collection. I kind of love the fact that they came out with a bang for their last collection here. So the dates that I have for this collection is it will be available on December 3rd online and then December 6th in MAC locations. So I definitely give my stamp of approval on this collection so far. I'm definitely obviously going to continue to try it out, and I will continue to let you guys know my thoughts. Let me know what you think of this like holiday inspired makeup look right here down in the comment section. Let me know if you guys are excited to see another collaboration with PatrickStarrr. Let me know if you're sad to hear that this is the last one. I kind of was. I loved these collections that he came out with. I think everyone was special in their own way, and I love the fact that they kind of went out with a bang. I like the fact that they brought back the powder because I know a lot of people were sad when that was only limited edition. So yeah, this entire collection, by the way, is going to be a limited edition. So get your hands on it while you can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, friends.